That sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I hear no buzzing at all.
Neither do I. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
I can hear you. I can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Where's my beer?
Right here.
No, I had another beer.
I know you did. Where'd you put it?
That's the whole question that just asked.
Did you take it back downstairs?
No.
Sure, because you did have to go back downstairs.
Yeah, but I don't think I did.
Did you put it in one of those on the down there? No. Did you know that you still have a tag on your shirt?
Where? Oh, cool. I just bought this shirt.
Clearly.
Come on, shirt. I'm glad we're not recording this.
I wish we were.
On videotape. And I found my beer.
Okay, see?
I don't really need that beer since I have it on, but... Okie dokie. I think we're ready. I think we're ready to go.
I think so.
Okay.
My uterus hurts.
I didn't touch it.
Nobody's touched it.
All right. Are you ready to do this shite?
Yes.
Clearing the voice.
Is it clear?
Getting the voice clear. Clear. All right. Ready? Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Hello, folks. You've reached this epic disaster. Thank you for joining us on this show 14.
How weird is that? You
14.
didn't like record us prior to the opening today.
I'm just anxious to get on to show 14.
This is 14.
This is show 14.
Here we are. Let's do it.
I'm kind of excited about show 14.
Why?
I was excited about show 13 last week.
Me too.
13, just one of those numbers, but 14 is just I don't know.
It's another number.
It's kind of like I don't know. It's just like you've been doing it a while. 14.
At least 14 weeks.
Something like that. I feel like we've been doing it longer than we have, but I guess it's because of the other show. But I just feel like we've been doing this for a long time. And then it's just like, oh, we've only done 14. No, it seems like we should have been doing more.
This show is just a baby.
It's a baby show, but one thing that babies can't do
is what we're about to do.
Drink beer.
That's
you
right.
can't give that to a baby.
I mean, you can.
No, don't.
It's not legal or morally correct.
You can't give it to babies. You can't give it to dogs. It's not allowed
for dogs. However, tonight's beer is brought to you by. This beer is called Old Leghumper.
Old Leghumper?
That's correct.
That's what we used to call my grandma.
And was she black and short?
No.
Okay. Well, this Leghumper is short and black and has 4 legs.
And he's pondering humping that leg.
And there's several legs here to hump.
Oh, yeah.
And the tagline says, so many legs, so little time.
Well, it's a little sexist. There should be at least one male leg in there.
Absolutely.
We don't know. That dog could like to hump male legs. But anyway, Old Leghumper. Now,
this is a robust porter. It's dark brown in color and full-bodied with a malty sweet taste. It's deep roasted yet silky smooth.
Silky.
2 types of roasted malts, including roasted chocolate malt, give this beer its award-winning flavor.
Oh, it's going to be like cake.
Well, it won the World Beer Cup. It was a gold medalist in 2002 and a bronze medalist in 2000. So this particular beer has been around for at least 18 years.
There's one thing about it, though, that's it's surprising.
What's that?
The alcohol volume. It's only 5.8.
It's only 5.8, and I bought this one.
You did. You got this down south.
I did. Now, this is actually brewed by Thirsty Dog Brewing Company, and that's in Akron, Ohio. But
Wow.
I picked this up while I was on my trip to Florida.
So it went all the way. It started north. It moved all the way south.
Right.
And then you took it up north again.
I brought it back a little bit. Hey, Jesus. What did you do?
I threw my bottle in the garbage can, and I totally wiped out the entire garbage can.
So the one time you make the garbage can,
it spit it back out.
Spit it back out.
It
It's like,
can't
nope,
have it. It's
nope.
like the universe does not allow that.
You're not allowed to make a.
But
No,
I did.
you did.
I hit that one.
Yeah. So I went to Florida over the weekend for my friend's wedding.
You did. You went to a wedding. Now, here's what surprised me a bit is you, like a lot of people do this, you went on for this wedding and
Right.
you sent an open invitation on Facebook to all your friends. You were like, hey, if you want to come to Florida, all you got to do is write in car with me. You got
Yep.
free beach, free everything.
Yep.
You have to pay for your own food, but free everything.
Well, even the meal at the reception would have been paid for.
Yeah, but all you got to do is go to the wedding with me. That's what you said.
Yeah.
But everything else is free.
Yep.
Not one person took you up on it.
Not one.
What is that about?
I have, I guess, some fucked up friends.
I couldn't really do that. That wouldn't have been appropriate. But that was a great invitation. We should have announced it on the show, and then let people decide if they wanted to come with you.
Well, I mean, what would have been dangerous for them, however, is about an hour into the trip, I might have been, okay, get out.
Yeah, you
Just
you
get
have
out.
a history of
You
that.
can't be in my car.
Right.
Get out.
Yeah.
But
Or crashed it.
or crashed my car.
That's
I don't
right.
have a history of crashing cars.
I noticed that you Instagrammed a lot of photos of alcohol. You were really drinking a lot while you were down there, it seems.
I was on vacation, man.
It was a vacation. It was an alcohol vacation. But you drink too much alcohol and you get in the sun. It's bad for you.
I wasn't really drinking that much alcohol, to be honest with you.
That's how Chester Garfield died.
Who's that?
The president.
Oh, that was a while back.
I don't know. I just made that up. That's an
Anyways,
alternative
taste
fact.
your beer so we can get on with this.
Yeah, I forgot. I need to drink this. First, I'm going to smell it. I always like to smell my beers first.
I like to smell things before I eat them.
It's very fruity smelling.
It does smell a bit fruity. It doesn't taste fruity. I just tasted it.
Really, it smells like it's going to be sweet. Okay.
Okay.
Well, what's going on right there? What's happening?
Where?
We got some homosexual activity going
That's
on
not
with our little
homosexual
dolls.
activity,
Our
first of all.
We have dolls and they're homosexual. We got homosexual activity going on with our little bobblehead dolls over here. Either that or they're staring each other down for war. I should drink my beer first, though.
In both cases, we are perfectly fine with their sexual orientation. However, this is kind of cute, so I'm going to just snap a picture of it. If I could get the shadow out of the way, that'd be awesome. I'll just let you do it.
It's very, very chocolatey.
This
Yeah,
beer
there's no
is-
way to do it without getting a shadow on
Okay,
it.
well, I will post a picture of what's his name?
That is me in a kilt.
Yeah.
And William Wallace.
And
in a
William
kilt.
Wallace. That's not actually you in a kilt.
No, that's
the,
me.
That's the dude.
That's me.
in a kilt.
It's me.
It's the dude.
That is me. I am the dude. That is me in a kilt with my sunglasses, and then I'm staring down William Wallace
Good luck to you.
right before he beat the shit out of me.
Yes, exactly.
But I'm not backing down like Tom Petty. Nope, not gonna.
All right, I'll post a photo of that later, just for those of you
Gonna
listening.
have another sip of beer.
It's actually not too bad. I tasted it. So far, I'm going to reserve my judgment for later.
Reserve your judgment. You should reserve it.
You should always reserve your judgment.
Hey, guess what? This past yesterday.
This past yesterday, not the yesterday
This
before
week,
that.
This past week, because the show won't come out until next week, so we'll just say last week.
Okay.
Stephen Hawking died.
I know.
That almost sounds like a basketball player. Stephen Hawking died. That's almost like a basketball player name. Stephen Hawking.
Why is Stephen Hawking a basketball
I don't know.
player
It just
name?
sounds like a basketball player name. Stephen Hawking, the great, amazing Stephen Hawking.
Well, this is March Madness. Maybe there is a
the
Stephen
backboard Hawking.
Oh, Jesus.
They used to call him.
When he could walk.
Died. Bit it.
Yeah.
Croaked.
Yep. Kick that bucket.
Yep. He's gone. And, which is weird because I would have thought he would have gone. I'm a little surprised he made it as long as he did. And so were the doctors.
Lots of people are surprised he made it as
he
long as
outlived
he was
himself.
76. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good for just your average
Real
normal
good
human being.
He was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease.
ASL.
Yeah.
Is it ASL or ALS? ALS.
ALS when he was in his 20s, like 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And then he lived another 50 years.
Yes.
That's incredible.
55.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
But then, of course, he couldn't speak. He had to do the little robot voice.
With the speaking spell.
Yeah, it was kind of like Siri at the movies, but it was Siri for Stephen Hawking.
I wonder if we can find any footage of that. Did he ever do any acting?
I don't know.
We're going to have to figure that one out.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that it would have been real easy to fake a phone call.
Right.
Somebody else
right.
could just do the voice, and you could make them say whatever you wanted. But here's what I think is interesting. Like 2 weeks ago, Billy Graham died. Mm-hmm. The face of modern religion, at least in America, Billy Graham. And then 2 weeks later, the face of modern science dies.
Right.
Stephen Hawking, the basketball player, died.
Yes.
And just within a couple weeks of each other.
And here's something that I don't understand.
Okay.
There is now a national holiday Billy Graham's birthday is a national holiday.
No, there's a petition. People have petitioned to try to get it to be.
Okay.
There's a petition you could sign online that people are trying to get Billy Graham's birthday to be a national holiday.
All right.
I'm not totally sure why.
I'm
but,
hoping they're going to do the same for Stephen Hawking.
Well, we did. Here's the thing. I started a petition to make Stephen Hawking's birthday a national holiday. Now, there's no way in hell that's happening. I know that it's not going to happen.
All right.
For a lot of reasons. First of all, he's British, and they probably wouldn't make a national holiday here for that.
Right.
But I just thought it would be cool to see if we could start a race of signatures,
a petition race
between religion and science.
Ooh.
Just to see what would happen. And I just like stirring up the shit. I don't care.
Sure.
I just like.
You're an instigator.
I like to see what can happen.
Yep.
So I put this petition together and I put it online, and I thought, people are going to flock to it, and there's going to be so many people signing this thing.
And what happened?
And I put it up. I announced it on Facebook. I announced it on my personal page. I announced it on This Epic Disaster page. I announced it on Twitter, a couple other places. And in the end, not one damn person signed the petition except me.
Not even
the only.
me.
You put it on your Facebook.
I shared it.
So many people shared it on Facebook and liked it on Facebook,
and
no one went and signed it. And I was just like, wow, really? Science? No wonder science is losing in this world.
Well, science probably doesn't need a national holiday to know who Stephen Hawking is.
No one needs a national holiday to know who Billy Graham is. I mean, everybody knows. I just thought, in this day and age where there's kind of like science versus religion, it would just be a fun little competition. There's no competition at all. Religion beats science. It blew it out of the water. But here's what I think.
What do you think?
I think it's not over yet. The fight's not over yet.
Well, it'll never be over.
I say, because our petition is still up. So go to Facebook, and you can go to our website too. It's on actually, you could sign it on our website.
Ooh.
So go to thisepicdisaster.com. That's the French version. Thisepicdisaster.com is the American version. And go there, and you can find the petition there. You can sign it. It costs nothing. You don't have to do anything but sign the petition.
And you're not going to get any weird email from it.
If you do, you can unsubscribe. I think they do send you an email going, thanks for signing up. Would you like to also...
How about no?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's change.org. It's just it's a regular website.
Sure.
So I would just like to get more signatures. I just want to see... I have nothing against Billy Graham. I don't.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I read Billy Graham's books constantly. I used to carry them to school. I would wake up at like 6 a.m, 5 a.m, read Billy Graham books. He had a big impact on me when I was small. I used to love watching him on television and everything. I really don't have anything against Billy Graham.
Okay.
I want to see a competition. I just want to see this happen. I want people to talk about, this is science against religion. And, I don't know if it's going to happen.
All right. Well,
if we only get like 2 people, it's not even worth doing. But I just feel like if people would get out there, sign this thing, and then post it on their Facebook, post it on their Twitter, get all of their friends to sign it, and the next thing you know, we can have tons and tons of people. And it just, I just think it'd be fun to make some people mad.
That would be fun. It would be fun to make people mad. And you're really good at it. Mm-hmm. So I don't see why this is failing. So
but now one person, me, I'm the only one who believes in science. Me.
I thought you just flipped me off.
I didn't flip you off. Not yet.
It looked like you did.
I am the only one. Sorry.
Wow.
Guess. But anyway, yeah. I was a little disappointed in that. I really thought more people would do it.
At least me.
And you. Why didn't you put your freaking name on it?
Because I don't want to get emails from change.org.
You just okay. Today, I'm on change.org. Mm-hmm. There's a petition for McDonald's to bring back Szechuan sauce for the McNuggets. Over 50,000 people have signed it.
Jesus.
To bring back Szechuan sauce, but yet they won't sign a petition about Stephen Hawking. That's what I don't understand. Let's say I got 500 people.
Okay.
Okay, I got 500 people. No, I got one. It was me. Not one person signed the freaking thing. So I'm hoping we'll change it. It's the first week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. Let's make science important.
All right. I will sign it.
Let's sign this thing and get your
it.
friends to sign it. Post it on. You did. You posted it on your friends.
And none of my friends
you
care
weren't the
either.
only one. Other people posted it, and their friends were like,
no, we don't care either.
I don't want that.
Nobody really cares.
What are we going to do? Stay home and sit in a wheelchair on our birthday? I don't know.
Speak through a speaking spell.
Yeah, I mean, what the heck? Anyway. Something else?
What?
Changing the topic.
Oh, segue.
But still kind of the same
I
thing.
wonder what Stephen Hawking would have done with a segue.
On a segue. That would be kind of cool if they could have propped him up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I noticed something.
What?
Online. You and I, we don't have a Wikipedia page.
Why?
I have no idea. I think it's the same thing. People don't care. But, we co-hosted another podcast for a year.
Uh-huh.
I did Year in a Kilt for 5 years, 6 years.
Sure.
So I mean, I got a history. I got some things I've done. I've done cartooning. I've had cartoons that ran nationally. I should have a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
Will you do the show? You should have a Wikipedia. Where's our Wikipedia pages? How come everybody has Wikipedia pages and we don't?
Because we didn't create them.
No. That's the thing. You're not allowed to create your own Wikipedia page.
So nobody does.
That's the thing.
Right.
No one cares. See, I feel like by now,
tell me
one of
how
our
many
listeners,
people.
One of our listeners should have by now created a Wikipedia page for us. I feel like they should have. Why haven't they?
Who are these people?
What I mean, we've had listeners that did crazy challenges on their podcast, but no one decided, you know what? I like these guys. I'm going to make a Wikipedia page so other people know who they are. No one did that.
No one did it.
No one did it.
Not one person.
If you go there on the Wikipedia and you type in Rick Baldwin, there's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Rick Baldwins on there.
And none of them are you.
None of them are me.
Right.
I'm the only, as far as I know, I'm the only Rick Baldwin that doesn't have his own Wikipedia page.
You probably are the only Rick Baldwin that does not have
and I didn't even look at yours. I was just too disappointed to even look.
I'm looking it up now, but I guarantee you that there's only one Cheri Brown that might have a Wikipedia page.
Porn star?
No.
There is a porn star, Cheri Brown.
I know. There's also an artist and a school teacher and a librarian. But
there's a porn star with everyone's name. If you put your name in, there will be a porn star.
So the only Cheri Brown that comes up, I'm sorry, I misspoke. There was a Miss America 1979 named Cheri Brown.
Oh, spelled the same way?
Maybe. Looks like it.
Yeah.
So there's also a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. There's a rapper.
We should find some of her music.
Okay.
Or him. It could be a guy. I don't know.
Not a whole lot of Cheri Browns on Wikipedia.
There's a Cheri Brown rapper? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
We should play some of the music online.
Maybe.
I know that there's a race car driver named Rick Baldwin, and there was a baseball player for the Mets named Rick Baldwin, and some other people.
And some other people. Okay.
I can't remember offhand who they were. I just remember those two people. There's a pastor named Rick Baldwin. I think he's in Tennessee, actually.
Really? Is he related?
No, not that I'm aware of.
There's a lot of different Baldwin clans.
Yeah, well, most Baldwins come from Europe, England, like Great Britain, English stuff, whatever.
Gotcha.
Did I make that clear?
Yeah, you did.
Mine came from Ireland, so he was the weird Baldwin. So my line does not connect with Alec, at least not immediately, and probably doesn't for quite a while.
And what about with Adam?
I don't know where his comes from. I do not know that.
He's tall and kind of lanky.
My ancestor that came here was James Baldwin. I think we talked about this on the other podcast, but he came here from Ireland, and he lived in Ireland for quite a long time. So the people who came from him and his group, no one knows anything past that guy. No one can get.
No one knows where that guy came from.
But then, like when you're talking about Alec Baldwin and his Baldwin from in Great Britain, England, you can trace that line pretty far, from what I understand, but not to connect with me. So
that's the Adam Baldwin.
Yes, but I don't know if he's connected with me. He kind of looks like he might be.
Actually,
I don't know. seven generations back,
and
6.
4 times removed. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, so there you go. We don't have a Wikipedia page. For all the people who've listened to us and they're like, I'm going to check these people out and see what they've done. And they go to the Wikipedia and then they're like, they're not on here.
They don't
They're
exist.
disappointed. And I have to apologize to our fans. We don't have a Wikipedia page.
All the fans that
We're
we
not
have.
allowed to build it for ourselves, and none of our fans care enough to build it for us. So I just want to say I apologize that we don't have a Wikipedia page right now.
Wait, you're apologizing to the fans that don't care enough to make
well,
a Wikipedia page?
These could be new fans.
Oh.
But I'm just saying,
Okay.
as far as I know, we don't. And I mean, between now and another time, somebody could put together a Wikipedia page for us. We don't know if that would happen or not.
Right.
But I'm just saying right now that doesn't exist. So
That's really too bad. It's depressing.
I know.
Yeah. So what else is going on with you?
Hey, this is interesting. All right, I'm a fan of the group Bare Naked Ladies.
As am I.
You are too.
Yes.
Next week, the 25th, will be the first time in 10 years they've performed together.
All of them?
All of them.
Even
With
Stephen Page?
Stephen Page is joining the band.
Where?
They are being inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame, the Juno Awards, March 25th in Canada. They are going to sing several of their old songs.
Yay.
It'll be the first time in 10 years they perform together. I'm really excited because
That's very exciting.
I don't know that I'll get to see it, but I'm sure I'll get to see like videos of it or something.
Of course.
It'll be fun. I wish they would get back together and do a tour. I would go to see that.
I would too.
I respect the guys for getting out, and even after they lost a lead singer. They had 2 lead singers. They lost one, and they hobbled along for a little while, and then really kind of found their own voice in an almost a new band, but yet an old band.
Right.
And they're still playing. So they've been playing without him for 10 years.
And he's going to come back.
He's coming back
because of the Hall of Fame induction.
And they're all cool with it. They're like, yeah, let's do this. So they played together for 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big part of why they're being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
He was the founder. He
So
and Ed Robinson founded it.
Yeah.
So if you're not a Bare Naked Ladies fan, you don't know what we're talking about, and I'm sorry.
I'm very sorry for you.
I will tell you this: they do have a Wikipedia page.
Oh, of
so
course,
you could go look them up and
Yes,
find
they
out
do.
information about them, unlike us. So maybe do that. I highly recommend you listen, especially some of the early stuff. I'm sorry for the current band. I'm not dissing them at all.
My two
I
favorite
just really
albums.
like the early stuff.
My two favorite B&L albums. I was listening to on the way here tonight, which is funny that you bring this up. One of them is Maroon,
That's a good one.
and the other is Stunt.
Stunt is like the one a lot of people found
Yep.
them out first. But I love Gordon, the very first one, and I love the live album. The live album was my first to really get to know them.
Okay.
I saw them on a VH1 special. They, I want to say they were opening, but maybe I think Cyndi Lauper opened for them, and it was like a special. I'd never seen them before, didn't know anything about them. And I started watching it, and people started singing along with the songs. And I don't know what it is, but I was like, this is my band.
I
was
like this band.
And right after that, I taped it, and I could not get enough of them. And for a long time, I just obsessed with them. And probably up until the time when Stephen Page left. So I guess 10 years, I really haven't listened a lot to them other than their old stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even own one of their new albums, but I do own one of Stephen Page's solo albums, and it's really, really, really good. So
Okay.
Anyway, there you go. People not that interested except for me, but I just wanted to say that because that's kind of exciting.
So is that being televised somewhere?
Probably in Canada, not here, but like I said, you could probably watch videos of
After
it
the fact.
when it happens. So that's
Cool.
happening the 25th, March 25th. And this weekend, St. Patrick's Day. I have to say
Yes.
that in a really stupid
That
Irish
was
accent.
horrible, by the way.
I know. And we'll probably... I kind of want to go out and do something. What about you?
See, okay, here's...
I could tell by that face that was no.
Okay, what did we do last year?
We partied, but I think I liked it a little more than you, and both of us liked it more than my wife.
This is correct.
Yeah.
And so this year, I sent your wife a link to some Irish cocktails, some shooters.
Oh.
And I said, why don't we just stay in and spend our money on the mixings and make these cocktails instead?
And then I could go out by myself.
If you wanted to, that would be fine.
You two can stay home and get drunk, and I'll go out and party with the green-haired people.
And drink green beer. And do
No,
all that
I don't want to drink the
stupid
green.
crap.
No, I just want to watch people be idiots. So I could do that this weekend. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So if Maria, I'm sorry, if Maria wants to go ahead and do that with me,
Yeah.
we might do that and send you on your merry way to go watch people.
Yeah.
If not, I guess we are going out.
Yeah, well, we'll just see what happens when it happens. It's such a big party.
It's so busy and
I know.
so crowded.
And people act so stupid.
Yeah.
So, but going to hear some live music, some good Irish music and stuff, that could be kind of fun.
It for me.
It could be kind of fun. Oh, it'd be fun. The dude we heard last year was pretty good. I don't know. I liked him.
Okay.
So that's the deal.
That's happening this weekend. Yeah. So hey, okay, real quick, let's touch on.
Don't touch that.
Let's touch it.
Touch it.
Let's touch on some of the things that we talked about in our last episode.
Yeah, because
we got a lot of feedback on that.
We got a whole lot of feedback. It's an interesting subject, and you brought it up about tattoos. Now, if you didn't hear the show, stop this show right now.
Go back and
listen to it. Then come back right at this point and let's do it again. Because we did a little thing last week about, I guess it's companies that will cut your tattoo off after you're dead and mount it onto a frame and people can hang it on the wall.
Right.
That's the simple version of it.
I mean, that's the really simple version of it. Yeah, because they treat the skin so that it won't, rot and turn into a nasty mess.
And so we kind of talked about it for a long time. We debated it. We talked about all the things. But the last week I've come up with some questions about that.
Let's discuss those things.
Well, I had like 3 new questions that I was thinking about. So one of them is this. Let's say that people do that and the tattoos start selling for thousands of dollars. I don't even know what you would pay for something like that.
I mean, my tattoo that's living and breathing on my arm was $1,000.
Yeah. So as an art piece, what do you think? $2,500? I mean, you're dead. It's not, it's the only surviving thing. So
you're asking me to sell my skin.
No, you are. This is the whole idea of this thing. You're selling your skin.
Well, no, because from my point of view was I would pay someone to treat this skin, take it off, treat it, and give it to someone. But you got all in the business side of it where people are going to start owning and collecting these things.
Well, you just open up a whole new door. We'll talk about that in a minute. But so I just started thinking, let's just say that it becomes big business. And let's say that some big rock star, let's say Tommy Lee from Motley Crue, who's got lots and lots of tattoos, but pick anybody. It could be temporary. It could be anything.
Sure.
But let's say that those tattoos go for $30,000.
Okay.
On the tattoo market. I don't know.
All right.
And so now somebody's like, I can make $30,000. So they killed Tommy Lee so they could take his tattoos and sell them. It's going to open up that, don't you think?
I don't think so. I mean, because murder is still
contract hiring. It's like killing somebody. It's a whole new motive for murder, killing them for their tattoos.
It's not. If you think about it, because people have been killing people for their belongings since the beginning of time.
Well, it's like you're not allowed to sell your. I think you're not allowed to sell your body organs. Like you could pay, like you could do hospital bills and stuff like that. But I don't think you could say you can purchase my kidney for $250,000. I don't think.
I'm not sure that that's legal.
I don't either. I'm making stuff up as I go.
Always.
But I don't think you can. Maybe you can, but if you can't, I don't know. Okay, so I was just thinking the whole new door that you open up is people getting their skin tattooed with something just so when they die, they could give it to someone as a gift. They could say, I got this tattoo for you. Here it is now that I'm gone.
I think that's great. Why not?
It's interesting.
Why not do it? Say, I will wear this while I'm alive, and when I'm dead, it's coming to you.
So, and then I started thinking about this. This is the other topic that I started thinking about is tattoo farming. What about people who's just like, they get a tattoo on their arm, then they will have it cut off. They have the skin cut off, and they sell that tattoo, and then they let the skin grow back. Grows
like with
back.
A skin graft.
Or whatever they do, and it grows back,
right.
and then they do it again, they cut it off, and it's like they're tattoo farming. Or they do another part of their body, and they're cutting it off while they're alive,
right,
to make money. It's like they'll do this people will do weird things. You wouldn't think. I mean, some of the piercings and stuff I've seen, you just think no one would ever get their entire neck pierced. And it's like, no, there'll be somebody who'll do it.
Yeah, I've seen things. Yes, I've seen
I
things.
saw today on Facebook. There's a whole new thing of these people getting. Have you seen these rings? They're rings, and they actually go under the skin in your fingers.
That's not new at all.
It's creepy looking.
It's not new,
and it seems like it would hurt because. Things get caught on your fingers. If you get a regular ring, you get things caught on it. And it's going to pull right out and it's going to rip that skin out. I can tell you right now.
People have been getting implants under their skin.
Yeah.
The horns.
Yeah.
The
this is a ring, a regular ring.
Yeah.
And then part of it goes under the skin.
Yeah.
It just like weaves under the skin.
Partially internal and partially external.
You can never take it off.
Ever.
Or your skin.
And if you did, it would hurt.
That is exactly right.
Just like if I yanked my earring out of my ear, it would hurt.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. It's like tattoo farming. Somebody's going to do that because people do weird things. People do strange things with their bodies. Somebody's going to farm their tattoos out. They're going to make a tattoo while they're alive, have their skin pulled off, removed, sell that tattoo, then do another one.
Now, you did bring up another point, which I found rather interesting, and it never even dawned on me, but you being the lucrative, what are you? You're bastard. I'll go with bastard. The lucrative bastard that you are. The very strong business-minded lucrative bastard that you are. You said, what if people start faking
counterfeit tattoos
and they start tattooing pig
skin
and selling that?
Because that's how tattoo artists learn on pig skin.
Yes.
And so what if someone gets pig skin and they copy a tattoo, a well-known famous person's tattoo,
right?
And then they try to sell that as coming from the real, and it really came from a pig.
So what you're saying is like some people try and play off this is a Monet when it's really not, because most of those are in museums, and somebody pays for it, and this person's making money on counterfeit art, so they're going to be making money on counterfeit art essentially, which is just happens to be on a different medium.
Yeah, 50 years from now, somebody's like, I've got Johnny Depp's forearm right here. Would you like to buy it for $10,000-$15,000? And they're like, yeah, and they do it, and it's really a pig skin that someone copied the tattoo from Johnny Depp's arm. And the real Johnny Depp tattoo is like in a museum somewhere.
Right.
So that would also happen.
That could happen. That's actually, I never even thought about that happening.
This is why I think it shouldn't happen. This is why I think this practice should be banned. I don't think it should be done.
Banned?
It should be banned.
No.
It's too dangerous. I feel like that.
How is it dangerous?
We've explained. The things I've talked about today. I mean, somebody's going to come up and cut your arm off because they can make money off of the tattoos on your arm. It's dangerous. It's too dangerous. It should be.
Well, you're going down that urban myth legend thing where people wake up in bathtubs with a scar and a missing kidney. I mean, people could do that too.
That happened to my uncle. It did, I swear. It happened to my uncle. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. He's the son of my grandmother, the Old Leghumper.
Let me guess. They took them both?
Just the one,
all right.
and part of the other one.
Oh, okay.
But they left him with half
a kidney,
and he lived a perfect life.
And he had to pee a lot.
No, just half amount of time. He was thankful.
Okay, I'm so glad you took half of my 1.5 kidneys.
Well, okay, so that's it.
You are not hitting the segues today.
No, I brought it up. I mean, you talked about the tattoo. I'm just telling those are my dilemmas. Those are the things I thought of this week, and reasons why I feel like that the practice should be banned. It should not be allowed. People should not be doing this at all. So
should artists be able to work at all, ever, in any medium?
No, tattoo artists should be able to do it. People should be able to get tattoos, but they should not be able to sell their skin, I believe. And by the way, I did see a full body tattoo on display.
Ooh.
It's on the internet. It's like it's wrapped around like a
mannequin.
Yeah, just the torso and stuff. It's interesting.
But let me ask you this: what you just got done saying was that and we just discussed that you can forge a piece of artwork on canvas,
right?
So if you can forge a tattoo on pigskin, where is the difference? Why should one be banned and not the other?
Well, I'm more concerned about what'll happen to people like I said, the farming of tattoos and the stealing of tattoos, the counterfeit tattoos, that's just a problem that happens with everything. I mean, money and iPhones or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's a government problem. But when people start stealing it off of you, like I was kind of thinking maybe, getting a tattoo. I mentioned it last week.
Right.
I might get a tattoo this summer and we'll videotape it and put it on the air.
Yay.
That's scary. But now I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't. What if people are going to try to steal my tattoo? What if it's great and people are like, I want that, and plus I could sell it. I can get a good $25,000 out of that tattoo right there. And then they meet me in a dark alley and take my tattoo. I wake up and got a big gouge in my arm, or they just rip my arm off, cut my arm off for my tattoo.
Oh well, get a new arm.
No, you can't get a new arm.
There's prosthetics,
bionics. That's crazy. So anyway, that's what I think shouldn't be allowed.
All right,
should be banned.
You're entitled to your opinion.
I'm going to take out a petition, an online petition.
No one will sign it,
people
but you.
People can sign about banning that. I think it should be banned. We'll send it to the president.
I won't even share that one.
Everyone else. Let me ask you a question real quick.
Okay.
What is really quick? This is a quick question. What is the what do you think is the
You're not being quick.
Proper age span between a couple. So
I see.
Appropriate. Maybe not proper, but appropriate. What do you think would be a good?
I'm not one to tell other people.
No, you should be.
I don't. Age to me is not really that important, as long as everyone involved is age of consent.
Okay. Well, let me just throw this out first. I was doing research online, like I do, and I came across this story. Don McLean. Do you know who Don McLean is?
I do.
Miss American Pie.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent. Great song. Great songwriter.
Yeah.
Of the 70s, 60s, 70s, Don McLean. Mm-hmm. He's 72 years old. 72.
Wow.
72 years old.
Okay, so he's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a girlfriend. His girlfriend.
Good for him.
24.
Oh. Well,
72, and his girlfriend is 24. She's a Playboy playmate, but she's 24, and she's dating Don McLean, 72. Now, he is old enough not just to be her dad, but he's old enough to be her grandfather. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, let's be judging. Let's totally judge right now.
Let's judge.
Yes,
let's
do it. Because I just want to know, first of all, I'm not going to judge that. I just feel like, if you're okay with it and you want to date Gramps, do it.
Sure.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I always feel like the problem is on the other side because he's enjoying a young 24-year-old.
Sure.
She's the one that has to date Gramps.
Right.
Okay?
So where do you think there's a problem?
I'm just saying, what is proper? What do you think would be proper? Is that proper? Do you think?
Are you asking me how much difference in age I think a couple should be or should have?
Here's the thing.
All right.
If I, as a 72-year-old man, propositioned a 24-year-old woman, I would be called a pervert. I would get something thrown in my face and probably thrown into jail.
Why would you be thrown in jail?
It would be on the internet. People would think I was a masher. They would think I was a dirty old man.
You are a dirty old.
At 72, if I went up to a 24-year-old and asked her out, and you can sit here and say, "Oh, that's proper. It should be allowed," or whatever. And okay, maybe
it's legal.
But if it happened,
yes,
so many people would think that I was okay. Now,
how do we know? If a
24-year-old woman went up to a 72-year-old man and started making an advance, there would probably be people that think, "Oh, she's a little kind of crazy. Well, she got a problem?" But I don't think anybody would think that much about her. They would just blame the man. They would blame the dude.
Okay.
I think.
But what could? Oh, okay, all right. So 72 years old, in this day and age of Viagra, he could very well still be quite active. Some men are active at 72, sexually active without Viagra. So, the likelihood that he's still capable of pleasing her sexually.
Well, you're also assuming that sexuality is a part of their relationship in any way. Maybe they don't care about sex.
Maybe they don't. I mean, they
like
could
my
be,
relationship.
Yeah, because you never have sex.
Never.
except for when I try and knock on the door and you guys don't answer the door because you're busy. Anyways, moving on.
And
So let's just say that they're happy and they have a great sex life. They're very romantic together. They enjoy each other's company. They have a lot in common. Who's to say what age they are matters at that point?
Okay, so I've been in, let's see, you and I were in a relationship.
Yes.
12 years difference.
Yes.
In that relationship.
Correct.
My wife is 10 years younger than me.
Yes.
I feel like both of those a little bit too extreme. A little bit on the extreme side. I think 7 years might have been, before that, might have been the biggest gap that I had in a relationship. Then after, let's just say a couple of times in my life, I've had the opportunity to date someone who was 20 maybe. Oh, let me think. 20 years younger.
Okay.
20 years. Younger.
And?
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I considered it. It would be fun. It would be fun.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
Well, let me explain to you
that?
something. This is an image. I'm showing Rick an image right now of Dane Cook.
Dane
who is
Cook?
46 years old, or will be in 3 days at the time of this recording. And when he turns 46, he will still be dating, I assume, a 19-year-old.
Okay. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm sorry. If Dane Cook wasn't a millionaire, would that girl be with him? I'm not saying she hasn't developed feelings for him or whatever. But I'm just saying, would he have ever had a beginning, a start with that girl right there if he worked for the power company back home?
I doubt it. I mean, I do. She's attractive.
I mean,
She's
Dane
young.
Cook used to be kind of beefed up. He's got my body now. What happened?
No, he at one point was considered a sex symbol of sorts.
That's what I'm saying. He was buff. I mean, I know he's middle aged. I mean, we all do that at middle age.
We all
but
get puffy.
He's enjoying the he's enjoying the buffet right now.
And why not?
I have no problem with it. I'm just saying, I don't know a 19-year-old girl.
19.
Now,
She's not even old enough to drink.
In my relationship, in my past, and I've had discussions with people who I considered dating and kind of wanted to do it, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this because I feel like there's some problems with it. And in the end, I kind of said no. Now I look back at it and go, why did I do that? But here's what I know would happen, and I bet you it happens with Dane.
Okay, what?
But Dane won't care because he's a millionaire and he can get another 19-year-old.
I don't know that he's a millionaire.
I guarantee you he's a multimillionaire.
Okay.
Look up Dane Cook's worth.
Oh, that's right. You know what else? He does have that compound, the Dane Cook compound.
He's a gazillionaire. He made tons of money. I will be willing to bet he's in the close to 100,000. I mean, 100 million.
All right. Let's check it out. Okay, but let's discuss, because Dane Cook is 46. His girlfriend's 19. Do the math.
And that's fine if you could do that,
Right.
and you do it well.
Okay.
Great.
So, but then in your case, the instance that you brought up, the young attractive female is 5 years older, and the older man is 30 years older.
I know.
So there's a much larger gap there. Is one appropriate and not the other?
Well,
or are either of them appropriate? And what is appropriate?
And
who says?
In my experience, when I was pondering it, when I was sitting around thinking, maybe this is something I want to do, because I've got a friend who I think at a time.
Oh, you have a friend?
At one time, we kind of considered dating, and she was much, much younger. And I would bring that up. I would say, you know, this is not a good thing. And she would be like, why?
Yeah.
And I would be like, well, okay.
Let me lay this out for you.
What's that?
No. That's what you were saying to her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There's no good reason for that. If two people want to do it, then they do it. And I would say for the time that it happened, I guarantee I would have had a great time. She would have been crying mercy. She would be trying to get out. I would have loved it. But I'm just saying, I know me. So I fall. my heart would go.
Yeah.
I couldn't be in a relationship where I was just like, I'm just going to have
This
sex.
is just fun and frivolous.
And I don't care when it's over, it's over. I couldn't do that. I would fall in love. And then she would be like, no, you're starting to be a grandpa and I'm not interested anymore.
And you'd get hurt.
And this 30-year-old dude asked me out, so I'm going over there. See you. And then I would be crushed. I could not live the rest of my life. And she was just starting hers, and it would be going on, and everything would be great.
And soon it would be, hey, Uncle Rick, meet your little...
No, I would be stalking her and burning her house down. I would be on the ID channel. Geezers killing.
You're not a geezer.
Murder.
Not now. Not then.
Grandpa murders.
Grandpa murders.
On the ID channel. No, but it would kill me. So I couldn't do it. And then also, I just feel like I always feel like, and this is so dumb, I'm sure, but pop culture references and identification is a pretty important part of my relationships.
Yeah.
And so even with my wife listened to Biggie.
Okay.
And Tupac.
Uh-huh.
That was way after me.
Right. It didn't have to be, though. You could have stayed present and
I was listening
up to date.
I was listening to Tears for Fears and Mr. Mister.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but I'm just saying I was so wrapped up in the British second British invasion, the new wave,
80s,
and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
80s music. Her 80s music was her elementary school, I think, maybe middle school. But her high school and college was rap. Mm-hmm. My generation, that's what made my generation stop listening to music was rap.
But you listen to some of it.
I do some of it, and some of it I really like. But I'm just saying now you're talking, let's go 20 years when it's just so much a part of the culture.
Right.
Which it wasn't. So I just feel like I remember this girl, I think she might have been 15 years younger than me.
Okay.
And I said something to her about George Carlin once, and she said, "Who is that?"
Oh, wait, what? Who said that to you? This girl?
Yes.
How much younger than you was she?
15 years, if that.
And she didn't know who George Carlin was?
No. And I just... I think that's what would happen, is I would make some reference...
I weep.
...about someone, and it even happens with us. Sometimes I would... Who is it? The band that I was trying to tell you about.
And now you can't remember because you're too old.
The Little River Band. And you were
I know who the Little River Band is.
No, you didn't.
Now.
You do now. But at the time, you couldn't. I would name off names, and you were like, no. And I was this is everybody in my high school listened to the Liver River Band.
The
Liver Spot Band. But that's who they are now. But that... So I bought that album and I listened to it, and every single freaking song I knew.
Okay, but stop
I grew
for a
up
second.
with it.
Stop for a second, because once you played them for me, I recognized the music.
Maybe.
I just am not good with names of bands or names of songs. I still am not. Even bands that I listen to religiously.
No, I remember playing a couple of songs, and you were like, I think I might have heard it.
I heard the more popular ones.
Yeah.
I mean, because...
They're all popular. I'm sorry.
They're just all popular.
But I just feel like, and then you go 20, because we were 12.
Right.
Then you go 20 years.
Yeah.
I feel like, literally, I'm old enough to be this person's dad.
Right.
So it would be like, a young person having a relationship with my dad. My sister and having a relationship with my dad. And I know that happened, but I'm just trying to say... It didn't happen. But I'm just saying, someone my sister's age... That's old or young enough to be my dad's child, having a relation. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
I just feel like there should be a cutoff somewhere.
But what if there's some common ground that is very fundamentally important to the two of them that they connect on?
I feel like then it could work, but I don't feel a lot of hope for it. I feel like a lot of these people, okay, sue me. Get up in my face if you don't agree.
All right.
I think a lot of these girls are dating these dudes because they got money.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Okay, fine. What was the old man? Remember Anna Nicole Smith?
Yeah.
Dating the 9-year-old man. How could she have any kind of romantic attraction?
And down that she loved him.
He was a gazillionaire. And again, if they both have the agreement, fine, no problem with it. But I just feel like where do you think that there is a cutoff to where you're not going to have a lot in common? You're just
not.
You can't. I feel like you're in different worlds.
Well, I will tell you that this 19-year-old who's dating Dane Cook right now may or may not be after what I have just discovered is his $30 million net worth.
I figured it was more than that.
Well, I mean, he's been out of the limelight for a minute.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he still has his compound.
$30 million is nothing to sneeze at, but...
I wouldn't sneeze at it.
You know who's a gazillionaire? Carrot Top.
Right?
I mean...
What?
He plays Vegas. That guy's got money. Look up his. Tell me what his is compared to
Why
Dane.
are we looking at people's net worth?
Because I'm thinking of going out with him.
Okay. Oh, and you know what? He is the right gender now, I think.
He's an interesting dude.
Is he still a dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just does facelifts. I don't think he goes into anything other than that. But I don't know. I don't know the man.
$75 million.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you can make fun of Carrot Top all you want. Now let's look up Jeff Dunham. No.
Because I would go there.
Yeah.
So.
And look up mine.
I could just look in your bank account.
Couple of dollars.
Couple of bucks.
Let's go to my Wikipedia page and see.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I don't have one.
No.
I just wonder what people think about that. It from my side, I feel like it would be, okay, if you can have sex at 72, if you're lucky enough to be able to still do it.
Right.
A 24-year-old partner?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Especially when I'm 72.
And I don't know what, I mean, some women are looking for more than just studly man. I don't know. And maybe he's giving her what she wants. And in that case, the relationship works. I just feel like, okay, so that's the physical part. Now, maybe she loves his music. Maybe he has romantic songs he plays. I really don't know.
Maybe his poetry and his lyrics touch her.
His
somewhere.
intellect.
Maybe.
I don't know. I really don't know. I just feel like
we won't know because we're not part of that relationship.
And that's the thing. I just couldn't do it. I really don't. I'm lucky enough to get. I don't even know what the hell I did to get my wife, who's 10 years younger than me. Every day I think that it's like some kind of joke. She's going to be like, "Wait a minute," and then it's like, "This is
gone
over.
On way too long.
I didn't realize this," and she's gone.
Well, okay. Here's the thing: is there's got to be some connection, obviously, somewhere. And how cynical of us to think it's just physical, or it's just monetary.
Because that's what it is in our relationships.
Okay. Well,
I think that everybody thinks that when you see that. I mean, I think people thought that about Billy Joel, and Billy Joel and Christy Brinkley didn't have that kind of gap in their relationship.
Right.
But everybody was like, "Wow, she's this gorgeous model, and he's this small kind of pug. What do they do in bed?" And I think that's what people think about, and that's
people think about other people in bed.
Yeah,
all the time.
I think that's what they boil relationships down. I think people
how do they fuck? That's what they're. That's
I
what they're
think
thinking.
people look at my wife and they're like, "She's with that doofus. She's cute. Why is she with that tall grandpa?"
Tall grandpa. You a tall glass of grandpa.
Yeah, I think that's what they think. So, but I believe that it's just like what we're doing. We're having this chat, and we were talking about the relationship. I know there's so many other things, but I guess that's what I'm getting at is what other things can a 72-year-old man and a 24-year-old have in common? I couldn't be in the same room with my mother for longer than a couple of hours without her driving me crazy.
Right. But she is your mother.
And not because of anything other than it's just generational things,
Yeah.
that we don't do.
Right.
She does it because my crap would drive her crazy. I know.
It has.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, you're married to that person now. You're married to your grandpa. I would go to my grandparents' house just to watch the fun. But it's your daily life.
You have to deal with this every day for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Not yours. His.
It's like this 24-year-old girl said, Dawn, you're going out of the house with no pants. Put your pants on, Dawn.
Dawn.
There you go.
Honey, wake up. Wake up.
You're playing your guitar backward. No, you don't do it that. There you go.
You know, the kids are trying to
Have
watch
some
cartoons.
applesauce.
You're snoring. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very cynical about it. I feel like there was some photos of this girl, like they have the story, and then afterwards there's all these photos of her in a bikini. And I know she's a Playboy playmate, but it's like, I feel like it's like, oh, is she just doing this to get a little fame?
Maybe. Maybe that is her goal.
And he might be fine with that. And if he
might say, let me help you.
Again, I'm not really judging, even though I am. I'm not doing that. But I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe there should be, legally, we should stop that. Like the tattoos. We should put a stop to it.
Why should we put legalities on who can love whom as long as they're both consenting adults?
Yeah, I think we should.
No, we should not ever do anything
That's
like
my
that.
question, though. Should there be a cutoff? And I think maybe there should. Maybe 10 years.
Nope.
Let's do it at 10
years. You start that, then you're going to start saying, okay, well, why is this person of this race marrying that person of that race? Because what about that difference?
You're accusing me of ageism instead of racism.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then you can go to, well, why is that man marrying that man? Mm-hmm. That should be a woman.
Yeah.
And it should be within an appropriate age gap.
So let's say she was 14 and he was 62.
Did you hear the part where I said consenting adult?
But I'm just saying, what's the difference? He's 62 and she's 14. That's the same gap. It's the same people.
But she's not legally an adult who can consent.
Then let's go to 52 and 4. That happened. 50.
Why are we going
At one
there?
point, he's 52 and she's 4.
Once again, not even a knowledgeable consenting adult. She has no idea at that point.
But I'm just saying, she's just born. She's 4.
Jesus Christ.
He's through with his life. He's 52.
He's not through with his life. Are you through with your life?
Yes. I'm winding it down.
Yes.
I'm winding everything down. I'm not starting any long-range projects right now. So, and I'm also not dating a 4-year-old.
Thank God.
I mean, I've had my eye on a couple. Wait a minute. That's totally inappropriate for this podcast. All right. Speaking of that, I think maybe we should start winding this podcast down.
All right. Let's do that.
Don't you think we should?
I kind of think we've pushed the envelope there with that last comment just a titch too much.
It was totally uncalled for. And I apologize.
Thank you.
Sorry. I said that. Let's talk about a beer.
No, hold on. I got a joke for you. You're going to love it. It's one of my jokes.
Oh, no.
It's awesome. Are you ready for this?
This is a problem. All right.
Are you ready for this?
All right.
Okay. What's the best thing about elevator jokes?
They never let you down.
They work on all levels.
Oh.
Sorry.
Funny joke.
I like my jokes.
Charlie Rabbit made a joke. Yeah.
All right, beer. Jesus.
All right.
So I kind of dig
I feel like we're
beer.
going to say something. Were we going to? No, I think we said everything.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. There was like something I was like, were we going to talk about here on the show? And we didn't. I don't know.
So,
anyway.
hey, one question for you before we talk about this beer. Uh-huh. Did Paul Lander get back to you about the shout out?
We did, and he appreciated it, and he shouted it back out to us.
All right.
Which was kind of cool.
I think you're kind of a groupie.
No, I just I've always kind of liked reading his stuff, and I thought maybe other people would as well.
Okay.
I mean, he's a comedy writer. He writes several jokes a day.
Right.
Just constantly puts them out. When that happens, you get a lot of cheese. You get a lot of kind of dumb jokes.
Are any of them as good as the one I just told?
All of them.
Shit. Okay.
But anyway, so, you're going to get some good jokes. You're going to get some jokes. Mm-hmm. But that's part of it. That's, just like Bob Hope, he's just going to throw jokes out. Some of them land, some of them don't.
Whenever I try to eat healthy, a chocolate bar stands and looks at me and snickers.
Okay, so I do feel like that we're supposed to do a news thing on each show, right?
Something like that.
So let's do our quick news, and then we'll wind it down with our beer.
Okay, hurry. You got to hurry. I need you to hurry. Come on.
I'm not going to read this whole story, but I do have a what do we call this thing? The that's not how you do that.
That's not how that's done.
That's not how that's done.
That's not how that's done.
All right, so this story, a Texas homeowner claims that Airbnb guest from hell threw a wild house party for 300 people
Jesus.
in her home.
Yeah.
Caused $18,000 in damage.
What?
And then left a low rating.
And then left a low rating.
Sorry. I didn't really like it.
Wasn't very much fun.
Okay, so they rented out their house. This was in Texas. I'm trying to figure out where in Texas, and I don't
Doesn't
know.
matter. It's in
Cannot
Texas.
find it. But anyway, it was in Texas. And they operate a cabinet making business. Mm-hmm. They own 2 houses across the street from one another in San Antonio, Texas. So, and I don't understand why people release their homes on Airbnb. Anyway, it's your home.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to damage it. But anyway, so this dude had a party, actually put video of the party online, and she knew it was going on, so she came over and kind of took some pictures and stuff. But before the night was out, they said 300 people had passed through the property and left a path of destruction, and there's photos of...
Are you telling me the homeowner was actually across the street at the time?
I think they knew about it. They took some photos and stuff. But anyway, then they walked through. The next morning, the owner entered her tidy 2-bedroom, 1-bath house to find its walls damaged and splattered with Jell-O shots.
That's them 24-year-olds you invited.
There was shattered glass everywhere from smashed beer bottles, windows and glass dining table, and the cabinets in the kitchen were defaced. The house was permeated with the stench of marijuana, and there were cigarette butts that had been put out against the walls. God.
Who does that?
Okay. She had a vile surprise when she went into the bedroom. Someone had urinated on the bed.
Who does these things?
She sent she made a document of the damage, sent it to Airbnb, and they said, sorry. Nothing we can do about it. So after a while, Airbnb apologized, and they did reimburse her. But the person who did it left her low ratings on her Airbnb. Why? Why would you do that?
What would you say? Like, this place, the urine didn't soak in as much as I wanted it to?
I've peed on a lot of beds in my time, and that's the worst.
That's the worst bed that I've ever peed on.
All right. That's not how you do that. But
nope, that's not how that's done.
That's not how that's done, but that's how they did it, and I just wanted to read that. Okay, let's talk about beer, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Beer.
So this beer, Old Leghumper beer.
Old Leghumper. I'm in the mood to hump a few legs right now.
So many legs, so little time. I kind of dig it. It's
not bad.
A bit sweet, but at the same time, it's not overly so. Mm-hmm. And it has a really good flavor. And I could actually have another one. Too bad I only got 2.
My only complaint, and I find this out is true with a lot of porters, especially sweet porters, is they lose their fizz really quick.
Yeah, they do. It's kind of how they're made.
I don't know. I don't like that. But still, I do like the taste. Mm-hmm. And so I'm giving it a 3.5.
Wow.
3.5 stars from me.
You're a little tipsy.
What was Don McLean's song, Vincent, where he talked about the stars? Mm-hmm. Starry, Starry Night.
Sure. Yep. That one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it 3.
Girlfriend?
No, Jesus. I'm going to give it 3.
3?
3.
You didn't like it as much as I did.
No, because it kind of has that aftertaste that I'm not a fan of.
Okay. Well, I liked it.
Good.
That's what's important.
Of course. You are the elder.
You guys give it a try. If you get a chance to have Old Leghumper, we both kind of recommend it.
Yeah,
she goes 3, I got 3.5. And it's worth having. A nice little beer. Thank you, people, for listening to the podcast.
Where can they find us?
Well, we're here every Thursday on the podcast.
It's not Thursdays, sweetheart. It's Mondays.
Mondays. It's Thursday when we're recording.
Grandpa, we release on Mondays.
I know, but we're recording today and it's Thursday, and I just meant, anyway.
Okay.
We're here every Monday, the day of the moon day. No. And, but you can find us online, thisepicdisaster.com. Mm-hmm. That's our home base. That's where we hang out most of the time.
But we're on Facebook.
We do have a Facebook account, This Epic Disaster on Facebook.
We also have an Instagram account.
Which
I now have access to. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And Twitter. We're on the Twitter. This Epic Disaster. Just drop the final E and you'll find us on Twitter.
Correct.
And we're on YouTube. We I said we create videos occasionally and put them on YouTube. I kind of thinking maybe next week we'll do a video.
All right, let's do that.
And my wife is going to be out of town for a week. I'm going to be a bachelor. So she's going to be out of town for a week, and I think we should do some videos. I think we should make some videos around town.
Okay. If I was 19, I would take that differently.
Hey, 19.
No, 19.
Yeah, if Dane Cook asked you to make videos,
say no.
Say no.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll talk to you next week.
Wow, you just signed off really, really quick. I wasn't even ready. I had beer up to my mouth. I was drinking. I didn't even know you were going to be doing that.
Are you done?
I just want to tell people to please follow us.
We just did that part.
Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Google. Subscribe on every place that you download your podcasts. I just don't want to leave you. I just really enjoy
Okay, it's
your
time
company.
to put Grandpa to bed.
And I just want to say I enjoy being with you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.